What's going on, guys? PepperBelly here, bringing you some ArmA 3. As many of you guys may know, the game was released today, the alpha, which you can buy on Steam or on their website. If you buy it on their website, you get 2 additional free codes to give to friends, which is the alpha light version, which basically allows other people that don't feel like spending money on this game to be able to play the beta during a brief period of time. Only they can't have multiplayer access, and they can't get a lot of the extra features that people that actually purchase into it get. So as you can see, the game looks fantastic and it runs amazing. I mean, my initial impressions blew me away. I was like, holy crap, I can't wait to install this game. I haven't been excited for a game like this since Chivalry, where I actually donated tons of money to be able to get access to the beta and stuff. This looks incredible. The shootouts feel so good. Oh my god, it's amazing. The weapons handle phenomenally. The movement is significantly improved. Actually getting into a CQB environment and fighting in close quarters actually feels fluid and smooth and feels like it should in real life. They have all kinds of new stances you can actually do. You can sit down in the sniper type stance, which is pretty badass. You can do roll over on your side when you're in the prone to be able to shoot around a corner a lot easier. There's a whole bunch of things you can do that is just so goddamn awesome. I've been drooling over this game for the last 4-ish hours, just playing it non-stop since I downloaded it, and it was just a blast. I can't even explain to you. Once you get into it and once you get used to it, because it is different from ArmA 2 and the controls are completely different, but they're actually a lot better when you start to get used to it. You realize that this is actually better. For example, the crouching and stance and all that kind of stuff is different. Now it's only Z is to go prone, X is for your crouching and standing up, and C, instead of it being to make you stand up, it's actually your toggleable auto walk, where basically you can be going in this tactical kind of quicker movement speed, or you can have the traditional movement speed. There's different movement speeds. Basically, in ArmA 2, the way it was before is you either walk, where you're shouldering your weapon, you're able to fire at that position, or you can run, or sprint. Now they have 4, so it's you can walk very slowly the same way you would in ArmA 2, and then you can do a tactical walk, which is a little tactical run, which is what you would do in a real-life situation, which is why I never understood why they didn't have it in ArmA 2, for example, because it makes combat a lot more fluid, because that's actually how fast you would move in real life. You wouldn't be kind of slowly walking in each position. You'd be doing a kind of a little quick shuffle run, I guess you would say, but obviously be able to maintain your accuracy, which is what they train you in the military to do, and it's really fucking sweet. And then you can obviously do your little run, which is basically your standard run, and then you can sprint, and the sprinting is called turbo now. It's time when you go into your key bindings, it'll say turbo, and basically just go in there and you configure it, and you can do everything the way you want it, so it feels comfortable and feels natural, and it's so much better. I can't even, it's a whole other game, a whole other level. It blows my mind. The physics of the vehicles, the ballistics are so much better improved, everything, just, I can't even explain it. It's just it's such a better, and it's funny, because this is the alpha. This is the alpha of a game that's not even going to come out until the end of the year, and it's not even near beta yet. This is alpha, and it's already way more polished and way better than ArmA 2 was in complete, fully done version of whatever the release. This is already blowing my mind in terms of everything, shooting people in close quarters, the fucking ragdolls, the physics, everything is improved immensely to bring out a way more insane gaming experience. Also, you can see when I'm turning my head in first person, you don't have the clipping issues you do with the weapons anymore, which is what happened all the time. You'd be in ArmA 2 if you had a Barrett 50 cal with a massive IR scope on it and you were moving your head around, your head would go through it. It would clip through the scope and stuff, and it was really annoying. They actually removed it. You can't clip through weapons anymore. They improved the first person. The thing that most people always did in ArmA 2 is they would want to play in third person just because it was easier to identify targets, it was easier to move around, and it was pretty much easier to shoot. You could fire from the third person perspective and not have any problems. Well, now the crosshair is different, and it doesn't give you an exact representation of what your accuracy is actually going to be, so it gives you more incentive to actually zoom in. Playing in first person actually feels very good this time around, and it makes you want to play it in first person. The only time I go in third person is when I see the awesome animations of your character as you're running around, traversing terrain, just seeing the overall professionalism that your character actually displays when you're actually on the move in a very realistic fashion, which I fucking love. Ooh, this game is just so good. I'm enjoying it so much right now. I mean, I just finished playing a multiplayer match that was actually the coolest thing ever. I mean, I had a rocket launcher. I think it's an NFLAW, that's what it's called, an NFAL. And basically, I blew up the shit out of some fucking armored vehicle that was basically suppressing us, and it was really cool, man, because I'm just sitting there, and I locked on and fired the rocket, and it goes, flies out and blows up the target, and everyone's like, whoa, man, I just heard a rocket. Yeah, that was me. I just saved our asses. What up? And it was such a fucking awesome experience. Like, it's so... God, it's so good. I can't explain it. I mean, like, this could be the excitement overwhelming me. This could be me being like, there's zero flaws with the game. It's 100% awesome. But I actually haven't encountered any game-breaking bugs yet, so I don't really know whether or not it's flawless, which it isn't. There are issues sometimes. I mean, it could have been like a keyboard issue or anything with a computer, but basically when I was in the main menu, it was like scroll. It was as if someone was holding down the arrow key, making it like scroll really, really quickly through everything. So it was really hard to click on stuff, and I had to like Alt F4 it and like, you know, do the whole get out of the hell the situation that I had with it, because it wasn't allowing me to actually click on things and do stuff because it was doing that. That was the only issue I've encountered so far, and then after that, it was flawless. I've been playing this game and just loving it. I mean, scuba diving is actually really cool. I know people were kind of thinking that, oh, scuba diving is going to be like tacked on just as like some kind of gimmicky thing to make it look different. And when I actually look at it, I think that it could really benefit gameplay. Like, it can actually really offer some pretty intense, like, moments for infiltration and like espionage and stuff, which would actually be really fucking sweet. And being able to actually like swim in the ocean with really good animations. And I mean, they have a showcase, which this is the infantry showcase, which I'm showing you, which is showing off the new animations, new combat system, all that stuff. Then they have a scuba one, which you're basically like just swimming and disarming mines and stuff, and you got to go ashore and then kill a bunch of guys and take a rocket launcher and shoot down a helicopter, and it's really sweet. Then you got your armored vehicle one, which basically got a suppressed weapon. You got to sneak into an enemy base, kill all the guards if you want, or just take the vehicle, then kill all the guards. And basically lets you try out the vehicle as a new physics system. And then, of course, you got the helicopter one, which is basically you got to fly and do a series of objectives, like taking troops to a certain position, and all of a sudden you don't have to drop them off anymore because you got to go do another objective that they, like, cancel your previous one and want you to go destroy a convoy instead. And it's just so much good stuff in this game. It's like, I can't even explain it. I've already tried. I'm explaining it the best I can, but, like, fuck. It's so good. It's so good. It's like waking up in the morning to the hottest woman's breasts, just like right there, perfectly like lathered after a shower and smooth and smell delicious, and you're sitting there like, yes, this was a good day to wake up, like that, kind of like that. It was like, that was a really terrible, whatever. Point is, it's fucking awesome. That's my point. If you have any interest in ArmA, you have absolutely no reason not to get ArmA 3, because this game is just like mind-blowingly ahead of ArmA 2 in every aspect. And I'm talking even performance-wise. The performance of this game, most people were kind of like, oh, I'm worried if I'm not going to be able to run it because ArmA 3 looks miles better than ArmA 2. Guess what, hombre? The game actually runs and looks 1,000 times better than ArmA 2. Like, the graphics, everything looks crisper, nicer textures, nicer draw distance, everything. And it actually runs smoother than ArmA 2. ArmA 2 has that issue with frame rates and optimization. This game is way better optimized. If you auto-detect, it'll actually do a very accurate auto-detect and set up exactly to what your computer should be able to input or be able to handle with this game. It'll configure the options and the specifics for you, or you can do it yourself. It's up to you. And then you can actually like really tweak it to make the fucking frames like glorious. I mean, playing in 60 frames, the only time I actually had an issue with frame rates was when I went online for the first time. And I was playing in a match with like 30-some people, and it was just like super fucking laggy. But that was just because, you know, there was a lot of people on screen. I mean, there's a whole bunch of bots as well as players, so it was kind of just like ridiculous. I don't even know what server it was, but there was a lot of people in it, and it was lagging like crazy. And I shot a friendly by accident, and I was like, whoops, sorry, and then quit. But then after that, I went online in other games, and it was a lot smoother, a lot better. And man, it's so good. I mean, I'm excited right now. I'm kind of like overly like, oh my god, this is great, because this is what I do for a living. This shit's fucking sweet to me, and I love how games can actually really depict it. Like, one thing I can definitely assure you in a real-life situation compared to ArmA 2, for example, was the fact that in ArmA 2, your accuracy was horrendous on the move, which was, like, a little bit unrealistic, because it is possible, like, this is more realistic as what you're seeing right here, how I'm actually doing the tactical kind of shuffle run, and I'm able to fire at the same time, and it's not as accurate as you would like it to be, but it's still accurate. You can still hit guys on the move, which is realistic. That's when you're trained to be able to move quickly, shouldering a weapon and firing and killing guys at like 50 to 100 meters, it's possible. You can do it. And depending on how fast you're moving and the type of terrain, there's all these variables, obviously. If you're fucking on flat concrete, you're going to be like a stationary target. You're going to be able to hit guys no problem. ArmA 3 actually really did a good job of actually showing that in a game environment, how it could be very realistic, but it could still feel like a run and gun game in a sense that it feels realistic in the way that you would actually go about doing it in real life, which I thought was kind of neat, because in real life, you're not going to be sitting there walking really slow across the field shooting guys on the move or always going prone, because when you're moving is when you're most efficient, obviously, in terms of avoiding fire and being able to just move positions quickly, but obviously being stationary is the ultimate for accuracy, and that's what they train you in the Army as well. But overall, it just looks fantastic. This game's incredible. Stay tuned for more videos in the future, because I'm going to be making a whole bunch of ArmA 2 or ArmA 3 content in the future. I hope you guys enjoyed the video thus far. Please remember to rate the video, comment the video, and subscribe if you want to see more in the future. Take care, guys.